late. You were so fucking late. Cars honked and people swore at you as you careened down the streets of the city, hopelessly trying to hold onto your bag and stack of paperwork in your hands. Running in your office clothes should be classified as an extreme sport. By the time you made it to Endeavor's agency, you were out of breath and almost out of time. 7 more minutes to make it to the top floor and have this scattered stack of paperwork on his desk before he fired you for being inadequate. You needed this job. You had been struggling to pay the bills for months, and by some stroke of luck, you had landed a job working as Endeavor's desk jockey. You filed for him, fetched him his coffee, made sure the latest reports were printed and ready for him to look over. Just like the ones you held tightly in your arms as you pushed past people in the glassy lobby to try and get to the elevator in time. I'm so fired, you thought to yourself. The elevator doors were open, but the car was already full. Fuck it, what's one more person? You hurried across the lobby, and a hand reaching out to it. Wait! You cried, seeing the doors beginning to close. Please hold the door. Are you crazy? Someone said inside. It's full, you can't fit. Before you could protest, they jabbed the buttons furiously, ultimately closing the doors right in your face. Fuck! You shouted, ramming your foot into the door. The curse echoed around the lobby, and you winced with embarrassment. You could feel hundreds of eyes staring at you. Glancing down at your feet, you had 4 minutes. Great. Time to start looking for a new job. Another lift came, and you quickly shoved yourself inside with an impatient huff and frantically pushed the buttons for the top floor. The elevator groaned to start up, moving painfully slow, up, until it finally opened, letting you practically fall out of it in your rush. You ignored the receptionist typing away, your dress shoes clicking loudly on the marble floors. As you hurried along the corridor, you straightened the papers in your hand and made a half-assed attempt to fix your hair and skirt. God, you were so sweaty. Endeavor would know you had been running, for sure. The double doors into his office loomed ahead, and you dared another look at your watch. 1 minute, you could make it. You slammed into the office door, the dark wood flying open with your fervency. You opened your mouth to apologize for the tardiness, but a surprised yelp came as you opened. The door had hit someone on the other side, right in the face. Ow, god damn it, they said, rubbing their forehead with a gloved hand. Man, you must be in a hurry to be swinging doors open like that. A flash of red, and your eyes tore themselves away from the gloved hands, taking the large, glorious wings that stretched out from the stranger's back. They were puffed up and quivering, like an injured bird would do. You blinked your eyes rapidly in shock, taking in the notorious winged hero in front of you, the winged hero whose face you just slammed a door into. Hawks, you managed to get out. It came no louder than a squeak. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I didn't think anyone would be on the other side. He lowered his hands. Hey, it's all good. My eyewear is strong enough to resist stuff like it's much stronger than that. Your heart was beating so fast as he looked at you with those golden eyes, his blonde hair falling over his forehead. You knew he was a fan of Endeavor, but you never expected him to actually show up at the agency. Lan, you're late. Your heart sank all the way to your ass as Endeavor's voice rumbled across the office. I don't suppose you bothered to bring me the morning's reports, did you? Aw, go easy, Endeavor. Hawks cut in, looking back at your boss with a cheerful grin. Wine would have made it in time if I hadn't been in the way. I just hit you with a door, you blurted out, a blush creeping into your cheeks. Jeez, he was so handsome. Aren't you mad? It was funny. Hawks laughed, waving his hands dismissively, like something you would have seen out of a comic book. You blinked again. He was cool with it? What the hell? I guess. I'll tell you what, he said, his great red wings giving a flutter as he rolled his shoulders. You can make it up to me if you swing by my agency sometime. I know some good chicken places that we could have lunch at. Was he asking you out on a date? After you just hit him in the face? Before you could think otherwise, you quickly said, sure. Hawks gave you a roguish grin and a mock salute to Endeavor, who ignored him. See you, buddy. He looked back to you as he slid past you. And hopefully I'll be seeing you. You stared after him as he walked down the hall, admiring the way the tips of his wings dragged across the marble floor, and the way his khaki pants tugged at his ass snugly. Handsome indeed. Why, Anne, Endeavor growled from his desk, yanking you out of your thoughts. The reports. Yes, sir, you squeaked, scurrying across the office and planting the stack of papers down right in front of him. All the reports from last night and early this morning, alphabetized and color-coded. He glared at you, but said nothing else. As he took the papers from you, your eyes wandered to look out the floor-to-ceiling window that lined the far wall, overlooking the rest of the city. As you gazed through the glass, you caught sight of those red wings again. Hawks gave you a double thumbs up as he hovered just outside the window, flashing you a smile and a wink. You felt your cheeks heat up as you stared at him with wide eyes. Trying to hide it from Endeavor, your boss was completely oblivious. Hawks laughed, the sound silent from inside the office. He did a few flying tricks, showing off his wings and his agility. You kept your expression as passive as you could, still watching him closely, but in reality, you were in complete awe of his aerial display. What are you gawking at? Endeavor suddenly snapped, turning around in his seat to look out the window. Nothing, sir, you said, scampering over to your desk and hiding the blush on your cheeks. Hawks was gone before your boss could catch him, but as you settled into your chair and booted up your computer, a brilliant crimson feather flew in the door and landed gracefully on your lap. You glanced at Endeavor, who was too busy reading through the reports to notice. You reached down and gingerly picked up the feather, running your fingers along its sides, admiring the softness. For a moment you swore you felt a twitch in your hand. Maybe Hawks was up on his offer wouldn't be such a bad thing.